Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for Ghost Trick 17. Here we go. We're getting there. 5:10 a.m. We're near the end of this thing. Not sure what else is gonna happen, but we're in the sub with Missile. So, Sissel and Missile gonna ride a torpedo. So it's a water missile. There you go. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quickly. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? Wait, it's made of things! Eek! Wait! It's a bunch of things together! What? How? It's making a body now. What? Oh, it's other Sissel? Is it other Sissel? I see you managed to survive, detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh! Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who the balls am I? Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you. What happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are. That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought it was you, Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon who you are and who I am too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth, or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. That'd be weird if they're just a split personality. The light and the dark, that'd be interesting. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Are we the black cat? Because that cat is something. Also, where's Jowd? Oh no, yeah, we're not in that area. They got us good. It's all over for them. They got us good. It's all over the submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in... Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. Radiation power effect. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. There's Missile. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite and its radiation. That's what it does? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day, 10 years ago... Blah! Ass in the air as always. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died. So of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute! Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. He died right there. But who runs over a dog? Seriously. Seriously! Like, casually ran over that dog. Aren't the Timsic remnants still right there in that park? At the bottom of the crater? You're right! So that must mean... I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too! Wait a sec! No, now I don't know. Now I don't know. Another effect of the meteorite's radiation has on it... Another effect of the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite? I think we are going to go back 10 years. One of the characteristics of that meteorite is an ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is all so strange and confusing, I can't take it all. This is all so strange and confusing, I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these past 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut he said he couldn't cut this guy's body with a scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole my lives. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why he wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons to cooperate with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with the Timsic. That's the Rock, isn't it? That's Mino, isn't it? Detective Jode was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out... Hello! That's creepy every time, isn't it? I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Timsic fragment and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me? One more target. One final target. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking you hostage. But, okay. I was just a little girl. I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. We're getting the info dump! We're getting everything now, okay. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me. Then he uses powers. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan, anyway. Then this happened! Wait, is he Ray? We'll be even more confused. That would make it... Okay. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then... something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. That! She should have grabbed the gun, I think. I don't know. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Aha! The inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsik meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsik sooner or later. Alright. We still don't know who we are yet. And he still hasn't said his name, by the way. You gonna say your real name first? And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressure to crush the submarine. Oh no! There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea! We hook up to the phone line and... there are no communications cables down this deep. They meant for the submarine to be a coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I kinda understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. I don't know. Camilla's awake. Oh. Lynn? Camilla! Camilla! Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, If my dad... Right? My dad was here, I bet he'd save us. There's gotta be some way. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissela? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Timsic fragment and escape, if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter now. I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. Oh, right. She's holding that now? This will tell us where Detective Jowd is. That present from the Inspector in White. That's right. Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But, if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure out something between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about a torpedo? A torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. It looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. Okay. I can't go to him because I don't have a core. Alright. Okay. Okay, go to her. So my dad isn't here on the submarine? Don't worry, we're going to go get him right now. Okay. I hope I didn't hurt Lynn's feelings, what I said about my dad saving us if he was here. Oh, don't worry about that. Comments like that just roll off Miss Lynn's back. She's really thick-skinned. Ouch. I'm going to start being tougher, too. I want to make my dad proud of me. Miss Camilla. I'm sure your dad is very proud of you, Camilla. What can I do here? I'm hoping that would not be good. Want to talk to Missile. There we go. Okay, what do we do now? We go find the command room that was launched somewhere into the sea. What? How? Just to let you know, I don't like water very much. According to Lynn, the key to our plan is a torpedo, kind of a missile. Missile? You have a missile right here? I don't think she's talking about that kind of missile. Now then, where did we see another torpedo? Alright. Over here? Operate. Let's talk to her first. So a shell is definitely there in the command room, right? Just without the fragment? It's there, yeah, but I don't know about calling it a shell. Detective Jowd's watch will tell us exactly where he is. Right, he said it was a radio receiver, didn't he? There might still be another torpedo on the submarine. If we use it, we can get to Detective Jowd. That's a brilliant plan, Detective. You think so? So what are you gonna do? Ride on top of the torpedo? Of course not. You guys are going to. Darn, I kinda wanted to see that. Did you want to see me drown? I'd just send you back in time for 4 minutes, I guess. Here we go. That's grapes. It's like, nobody here. Why is this machine shoving grapes at me? Well, this looks like the private cabin of the top officer, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. Ooh, it sounds heavenly. I've been thinking about this for a while now. But don't you think that country's use of technology is just a little off? Says the guy who made the deal with said country. Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine is a bit busted. Alright, let's see here. Ghost up. And phone. I can use the phone, right? Torpedo room, engine room. Uh-oh. Oh, there goes me coming back down. Use the phone it is. Engine room. The phone line engine room isn't working right now. All the water probably damaged the line. Guess I don't need to go back there anyway. Alright. Whoops. Torpedo room. The torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to rend the control room. Well, I don't know about Ram. We don't want to blow up Detective Jowd, but something like that. We'll climb up to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there, then. They all made it up there. It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be one left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me! When it comes to missiles. I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. Coordinates, really? I think I just gave you a vague idea where it is. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try this. Good luck! Okay. Alright. Alright. Talk to her a second. How's it going there? I'm just calculating the command room's coordinates now. I had to put in a slight offset, though. Don't want to blow it up. I'm sure Detective Jowd would appreciate that. Well, leave this to me. Good luck with loading the missiles. Okay, thanks. I need to talk to Missile for that. What will happen to these 2 ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This is no time to be standing around, unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile? Me? Of course I will! Count on it! Okay. Where can I go? Oh, we got Missile now. Good, because I need Missile. Alright. Yeah, what missile item? Oh, no, okay, no. That's just any conversation. Okay, so we need Missile to do things with missiles. Okay. We gotta find something to switch with. Alright. Okay, okay. The ball. That's a trash can, that's a ball. Question is whether these balls are important right now, right? Let's go up here. Valve. Lynn. Please help my dad, sissy. I'll be okay here, I'm not scared. Leave it to me, Camilla. We'll be back with your father to save you, I promise. Wait a minute, Sissel. What is it? What you just said. I wanted to say that. Thank you, Misso. We can do it. I know we can. Okay, I guess I mess with the balls then? What does this valve do? See what this valve does. Go here, switch back to Sissel. Alright. Valve. Jack Diddley. Alright, so switch the missile. I need him over here. What if I just lower this? Lower. Switch it won't budge, maybe it's broken. I have to find a way to move it anyway somehow. Okay. Okay, what about the other switch, right? Oh, whoops. Switch the missile, put it there, switch the Sissel, go here. About this switch. Nothing! Alright. Have Missile get out of the way, let's do this. Wait, no, Missile's the one I need. Okay, here we go. You can't reach that. Okay, let's look over here. We don't know where the other Sissel is. Okay, here we go. What good would switching those do? What's that? Telephone. Switch these. Okay, what good was switching the balls? I might be stuck at the moment. I don't know what I can do. Wait! Oh my god, I'm stupid! Oh, it's obvious! What thing did I never do? Back the missile. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I know what the thing is. Do you know what it is? It's the one thing I never did. It's this. Ah, yeah. Now they work! Oh my god! Alright, that's all I had to do. Switch those two. Lower. There we go. There it is! There we go! That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end, too. But something's odd. What is it? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Okay. Right. Okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. Can't believe how long that took to do. I'm in. I've already set the torpedo's course. I'll head toward the command room where Detective Joud is. No, it'll head towards the command room where It'll head toward the command room where Detective Joud is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. So there's one more chapter after this one then. Okay, come on, Missile. Ugh. Missile? Hey! I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile. I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sizzle. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn! You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never ever again. Even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla. I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla! Here we go. That's a good boy, Missile. Now are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. I am totally not ready for this. Sissel? Yeah? We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. I'm glad I met you too, Detective. But we're going to see each other again, right? Sissy, right, Missile? That's right, we promise, little lady. Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes Here goes then! Good luck, friend. Here we go! Oh! She pulled the broken switch, too. Oh, that's something. Camilla waves. Bye! Don't let us die, please! I took way too long just to figure out the switch. I feel bad about that. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I tried to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. They're sinking. Oh, he clocked Joud. Yeah, luckily there's 2 core spots, by the way. It'll help us if he killed Joud, then we can just go back 4 minutes. Detective Joud! I bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him. You better not, you might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jude. Are you dead or knocked the fudge out? You're dead. Alright. Okay, let me talk to you first. Detective Jude is lying on the floor. I'm glad you came along, Missile. Huh? After all, you and I are the only ones who can bring Detective Jude back to life. That's right. Let's save him together. Okay. Guess we can only go to Jude. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jude. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How is Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. They're gonna die. I told Detective Jude about everything that happened on the submarine Genoa. So the submarine is badly damaged. Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You? You followed us? I didn't even notice! It's been 10 long years, Detective Jude. Are you... Yumil? So you remember me, do you? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yumil. That's right. But those people in Genoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can tell. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you. Right, Detective Jude? Right. Yamil, 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know? Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining the project. Project? Project what? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top-secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day the name of a certain programming engineer emerged as a subject. And then one day the name of a certain programmer emerged as a subject. Suspect. And then one day the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jude, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Emil. 10 years ago. Boom. My soul was split from my body and I lost everything. I was sealed in internal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear. But I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I want you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. The deal? There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them. But what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot. The second was a rebirth for me. A rebirth? A new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted my physical receptacle of my soul. An identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right. I know I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask the national government to help me. And the response in the end was betrayal. Betrayal. They were making their moves more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies in this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Temsek was all about. You had no idea they were doing this? None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsek meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? At the manipulator incident, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Campanella and the old pigeon guy, huh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there all times. Don't tell me that old odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person who has a gun anyway. You know, everyone's got a gun in that park. It's dangerous. I was there. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsek meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsek meteorite. So that's it, eh? So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, Shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective John back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now? But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. And we can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. I'm wondering if the final puzzle of this game is saving them 10 years ago. I'm still wondering if that's going to be a possibility. It's a corpse! So, where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There is only enough fuel aboard to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too! That would mean you're trapped here too! He's an android? Yep, called it! By the way, I am not human, Detective. We're gonna use him for power. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective. What? For some reason, I pulled from the bottom of my throat for Jowd, and it is hurting. Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. It's like, dude, seriously. Why would you go to all this trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Beep, 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 dead. Is it a gun? It's a gun! Ah! Oh, whoa, that's not cool, man. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Camilla, forgive me. Ah! Well, he got shot the hell up. He fell forward, by the way, somehow. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big masked man said. Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. Here we go. Turn back the clock. Here we go. Why can't we go into Jowd? Huh? What is it, Detective? Look at Yamil's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsec fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? Going! I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is. That they're afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped, thanks to the power of Temsec. Ah! Called it! His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsec fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does this mean? I get it! Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsec fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. But, wait a minute! Exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's go! Oh snap, we're going! 4 minutes prior! We're going 10 years prior! Oh snap! Called it. Still don't know who we are. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. This is gonna change the course for everyone, though. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. Save? Yep, alright! There's one more! The final battle, also known as the final puzzle. Holy balls! Ooh, okay, final theories. I called it we're going to go back 10 years because they kept talking about it so damn much, which means we're going to undo so many deaths. The question is, do people just end up remembering all this despite us going so far back? Will they still become who they are? Or have we just messed with time at this point if we save them? But we undo so much by going back 10 years. Because I'm like, how are we going to bring back Missile and also all these other things? This is how. Like, the clue that we're going to have to go back 10 years was after the meteorite, after we learned of the meteorite and Missile's death and them carrying his body away. I'm like, oh, okay, how are we going to res Missile? And this is how. We just go all the way back to the start. So we're going to save them all. That black cat is still my theory as to Sissel's true identity. Unless he's a split personality of Yamil. Those are my only guesses right now, because we saw a cat. Why was there a cat in a box? The only theory I've got is that he was carrying this cat. That way he had somebody to go inside and run away in, and come back to his body. And he switched souls with the cat. The thing is, we don't see him doing that, considering he didn't show he has that ability. And also, he was over at Lynn when he shot him. So that part I'm not sure about. But we do have, of course, the intervention potential of Ray. We don't know who Ray Charles is yet. Oh my god, if voiced Ray as Ray Charles would have been amazing. It's too late now. But, he's freaking Kuja. This is it. This is going to be the big conclusion. I don't know how long the final episode's going to be. Literally, we didn't really do much this episode as far as puzzles go. It was just me stuck at one part being a dork for a while. This is it. Info dump done. It's time for the final challenge. 10 years back. So, oh my god. So there you go. That right there is the game. I had fun with watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. Oh, the conclusion's coming. Damn, this is a good game. This is a good-ass game. Damn.